Hello there. How are you today? My name is Olamide Dolapo Adeleke. I usually refer to myself as an ambassador of Christ. I trust you're well as always. I was just thinking about something this morning. One of the beautiful things about learning any subject is the fact that you don't need to know everything. You don't need to know everything. You just need to understand few critical concepts that provide most of the value. I was thinking about my secondary school, how most of the formulas that we used to solve challenges, math problems, we did not derive them because that was not necessary. So I'm just commensurating it with what I want to say today, that you don't need to know everything to get started. You don't need to know everything. You just have to know the critical things, the most important things that provides most of the value. Without much ado, let's get right into it. I'll be talking about the basics of business, which is value creation. And it's just an excerpt that I got from the personal MBA. It's just my thoughts, what I think about business in respect to the book, The Personal MBA by Josh Kaufman. So you can check the book out by Josh Kaufman. But really, what is a business? What is a business? A business is a commercial activity that creates or provides something of value that the other people want or need at a price they are willing to pay in a way that satisfies the purchaser's needs and expectations and provides that business sufficient revenue to make it worthwhile for the owners to continue operation. I'm sure that this definition is quite long, but I'll just break it down for you, and I'll break it into 5 parts, and I want you to listen very carefully. Now, every successful business, and the first part is that that business creates or provides something of value. So number 1 thing is value creation that people want or need. So there must be a customer demand. There must be a need or a want at a price. That's part 3. At a price that they are willing to pay. So there must be transaction. There must be willingness. There must be capacity to pay. And the 4th part is you must satisfy the purchaser's needs and expectations. So there must be value delivery. That's the 4th one. And the 5th part, it must provide that business, you that you are selling, sufficient revenue to ensure that you continue operation. And that is profit sufficiency. So for a business to be successful, it must have these 5 things: value creation, customer demand, transaction, value delivery, and profit sufficiency. So if your business does not have any of these 5 things, then sorry, your business is not a business. I'm respectfully saying it's not a business, it's just a hobby. So each of these factors is actually essential and universal. It's everywhere. It's done everywhere. It might just be with different approaches. The way it's done, business is done here in Nigeria is the way it is done any other place. So all these 5 factors must be in place for something to be called a business. And I'll just be diving deep into it just to explain what I mean by all of this. You can't create a business, or let me say you can't create value without understanding what people want. So you can't just go into a business and you don't understand what they want. You must understand what people want. And how do you understand what people want? Through market research. So you must research on that particular market you are going to. Find out what it is that you want to create and what people want. For example, if you want to go into the livestock business, you must find out which particular livestock will people want in your area or region. We have diverse religion in Nigeria, and one of them is the Muslim religion. And I'm sure that you know that they don't eat pigs. So you can't be in a region or in a state where most people are Muslims and expect to make a sale, you where your market is in the east, so you focus on the east, or you focus your market or target your market to the east. Then after finding out what people want, you have to find out how to attract customers. Find out how to attract customers. And how do you find out how to attract customers? By getting their attention, making them interested through marketing. And thank God we have technology today. We can market our products through ads on various social media platforms to inform people about your availability of your business. After making them interested, you must close a sale. Of course, every business wants to make a sale. So, and for you to make a sale, people must trust your ability to deliver and what's promised. So you can do that through referrals, through testimonials, and all of that. So you must ensure that you deliver value. And then after making a sale, you must ensure that your customer is satisfied. And that actually depends on exceeding the customer's expectations. So your product or the value that you are giving must satisfy or exceed the customer's expectations. And finally, you have to take care of yourself, of course, and that's profit sufficiency. So whatever it is that you're doing, you must ensure that the profit outweighs the cost of production. Because if there's no profit, then what you are doing is not a business. You are doing Father Christmas enterprises. So just ensure that you are giving your customers the best value, and in return you are getting profit for it. So those are just the major parts of what the business entails. So no matter who you are, what business you are in, just do it well. Do your business well, and your business will thrive. But if you do it poorly, of course, you'll not stay in business very long. So ensure that you do your business well. So the idea of value creation is just to identify things that people don't have enough of and find a way to provide them. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. A venture that doesn't create value for others is a hobby. For example, when I was in 300 level in university, we are expected to go on IT, and during that IT period, I started, rearing chickens because I have interest in agriculture. I started rearing chickens, of course, for sale. So I got some chickens, and then towards the time they were reaching market weight, I had to get buyers. So and we went to various restaurants, but of course they didn't accept. So luckily for me, I met someone in the taxi, a woman, and then I told her, I just liaised with her. I was just discussing with her, and then the issue of my business came up, and then I discussed with her that I'm even in need of someone who can help me, dispose of my chickens. And she said she's into the business of that, and that's how I was able to make a sale. So every business is made up of those 5 interdependent processes. Value creation, that's 1. Number 2 is marketing. Number 3 is sales. Number 4 is value delivery. And finally, finance. So if you want to improve your value as a business person, focus on improving skills that are directed or directly related to those 5 parts of business. And of course, improve yourself. You're also a resource in your business. So improve yourself. And let me quickly say this. There's a psychology of human beings, and all human beings have core human drives. I think there are about 5. Yeah. And the first human drive, I want you to write this down because it's very important for business owners to identify what part of that need they are feeling, in which part of these human drives are they feeling a particular need. So I want you to write this down. The first human drive is the drive to acquire. As human beings, we like to obtain physical objects such as houses, cars, and even get immaterial qualities like power and influence. And there are businesses that solve these needs for human beings, and there are, real estate companies, car dealerships, and all of that. They provide. Once you walk to a car dealership, you get a car that you like. Once you have the money, you feel good about yourself. So that's a particular need for businesses. Even investment brokerages. Once you make an investment, there's a return, and in future times your money grows, and then you reach a certain level of wealth. So there are businesses that solve this need. Another one is the drive to bond. As humans, we love to feel valued and loved by forming relationship with others, either it is platonic or romantic, or a romantic relationship. We want to feel love, especially for women. They love things that make them feel more beautiful, probably through cosmetics and of course their natural face. Respect to all women out there. So there are businesses that solve this need. The cosmetic companies, even restaurants, for dating couples, or for couples that are just freshly wed. They provide a serene environment and all of that. So there are various businesses that solve these needs for humans. There's the third one. The third drive is the drive to learn. As human beings, we are out of curiosity. We desire to learn things. So businesses that are centered around solving this particular drive of humans is schools, academic programs, academies, even bookstores. So if you want to read a book, you go to a bookstore, either online or physical. If you want to do a business course or a course at all, there are programs that are provided. There are businesses that have provided these programs for you to learn, and of course you pay a certain amount to fulfill that need, and that way the business gets its profit. So there are businesses centered around all of these drive. And the fourth one is the drive to defend. That's the desire to protect ourselves, our loved ones, our property, our businesses, and all of that. So there are businesses that keep us safe, or their products keep us safe and protect us from bad things. For example, CCTV systems. That's why you see them in banks. CCTV to ensure that things don't happen or warn intruders from doing certain things. So businesses like that have created value by supplying maybe that bank those CCTV or alarm systems. So that's a need that is met. Insurance products as well. Banks and investment companies provide insurance for people, either for their cars, even their life, for their properties and all of that. That way they are providing a need, and in respect, the businesses are getting profit. And there's another drive. That's the drive to feel. As humans, we desire emotional experiences, pleasure, excitement, even entertainment. So, and there are businesses that have solved this drive. For example, restaurants as well, game centers, concerts. That's why people go for concerts. People pay sums of money to go for concerts, to watch people they love or their celebrities to actually perform for them, because those celebrities are satisfying a particular need, which is a need for excitement or pleasure. And so that way, those celebrities which have business, which in form of course is a business, they get profits in return. Even sporting events, that's why you go to the stadium to watch matches, and in that way you pay for a ticket, and then they get their profit. So in essence, I'll just reiterate them: the drive to acquire, the drive to bond, the drive to learn, the drive to defend, and the drive to feel. So all of these drives are centered around humans, and once you identify what drive, you can meet the need of those drives in humans. So when there's an unmet need in one or more of these areas, a market will form to satisfy that need. So you can be that market, you can solve that particular need, and you can even solve more than one of them. There are businesses that are centered around solving more than one, and there are some businesses that just solve a particular one. So just find out which is your niche and then solve that need. I'm sure that with all of this, you've taken one or two things that you can actually learn and put them to use. Once all of this is just information, but the main idea behind it is that there should be application of all of this information. That's when it is valuable. So if you don't put it to use, of course, it's just another information thereabout. God bless you. Have a great day. My name is Olamide Dolapo Adeleke.